stolen ball now. Lewis makes his way upfield. He's got some pace. Lewis, can he go all the way? Still going. He does roll. Ronnie Lewis has gone in, and look at this. Wow. We've said it before. This fellow is so incredibly strong. He doesn't look like he has the pace, but boy, oh boy, he just powered his way through the line there.
Oh, Geyer and Lewis. They're mouthing off at each other over the top of David Manson's head. Benny Elias standing there like David. 2 from 3 for Michael O'Connor. He's 3 metres in. He's 20 metres out. Gets it away nicely. He's kicked it. He's kicked it. He's got it. Michael O'Connor has won the second State of Origin for New South Wales.
And Wally's got 5. Wally's got 5. And the crowd don't like it. And I'll tell you something, the Cairns are coming onto the field here. This is a nasty moment. Look at this. Where are the Cairns coming on the field? This is not good.
Well, the game can't continue. The game must be stopped.
Well, Jack, this is disgraceful. I mean, we've always said the Lang Park crowd love their football. The atmosphere here is sensational, but that is stupid.
As it goes away for Johns again, and away it goes to Anasta. Gets it away, surely. Yes, it's a try. Here's Johns now. 10 in, 20 out. Struck it well. It's there. And Johns looks inside, then runs again. Johns is in space. Puts a kick in. Bounces off a Queenslander. Johns, he rifles the ball away, and it's gone from Cooper and gone to Gasnier. Gasnier's got Cooper on his inside. He passes. He's away too far. The Dragons have done it. Strikes it, keeps it low. I think he's got it. He has. Johns has kicked 3 from 3. Badeiras goes to Johns. Off his right foot, try. Badeiras has scored. Origin 2 will go to the Blues now. Sarah, dummies, double pumps. Hodkinson is over. Hodkinson comes around. He puts the ball down. The Canterbury halfback, Trent Hodkinson.
Well, this is why you practice. This is why you spend all those hours in the park. This is what you grow up as a kid. When you're out there on your own kicking footballs and someone's catching them for you. This is the one you live for.
Wore maroon for the Queensland residents in 2009. Here's the kick. It's online. The scoreboard changes.
Attaboy.
It is 6-4, the Blues. Darren Lockout, he kicks. Slater's picked it up. Was he onside? Slater down the ground. He kicks again. He'll get there. He's over. Billy Slater. He has scored one of the great Origin tries.
There are a lot better ball strikers than Jonathan Thurston, but if my life was on the line, he's the one I want to kick. He said he just wills them over.
Well, here he comes. I'll let you listen to the crowd when he hits this. It's coming back. 18-16.
He wills it through the post.
Unbelievable. What a player. What a goal kicker.
Tell you what, Brian, I love that. I love what Gus had to say there. There's a lot better strikers in the game than Jonathan Thurston, but he wills them through. When you get to this elite level, which I've not been, but as an innocent bystander observing, the mindset is everything. And when it comes to those big moments, it's the person who sometimes you don't know whether they can or they can't, who can handle that moment.
Correct.
And what Gus said then was 100% right. Like, Thurston is not the best striker of a football, but in that moment, he allows his mind to have that success. Where so many people self-limit themselves.
Yep.
I can't do this. I don't deserve this. I shouldn't get this. But people like Thurston, Slater, and this is why I'm petrified around tonight.
Do you think? I know what you're saying there, but do you think the talent of these guys, or the strength of these guys, Joey included, is they can just
Joey definitely included.
They can just clear their mind of anything but a win. Like they don't care about failure. They get into the game.
James Maloney.
They don't worry about that.
Who else comes to mind for you in any sport?
Laurie. Sorry.
Laurie's fine. Yeah, Laurie.
Okay.
He's the only person I know, Laurie, who would put his hands on hips before a kick.
Steve Waugh, if we're going down that path.
Steve Waugh.
Steve Waugh.
And sometimes you don't ever know. I'll tell you a bloke I played with, Bengalir, who John Paul II Marion hadn't won for a while. He comes through, and I just observed him, went to school with him, champion bloke, Maltese background. He just won. He turned up to the West Tigers and spent a fair bit of time in reserve grade. And he was so innately confident that the first grade team for Bengalia thought, who's this knob? You know, but he wasn't being a knob. He was just so supremely confident in his own belief. And he came from a very, very hard upbringing, right? Doonside boy, just big family, scrapped away. But he had this inner belief in him. Went to the West Tigers. 2005, he was the vice captain and he should have been the captain on grand final day. And I don't mind saying that. Princey got over he leapfrogged Benny Gallier. But there was one day where I was lucky to be in the room and Tim Sheens comes in and blowing up. Boys, start of the year, our goal was to make the top 4 and not going to happen anymore. So blah, 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 blah. And Benny Gallier, who I did maths with, who was hopeless at maths, but he understood this. He stood up as a leader and he said, Sheensy, we mathematically can make the top 4. So until such time as we can't, that will remain the goal. And he charged out of the room, blowing up, slammed the door. Then he poked his head back in the room and he said, and by the way, from this day forward, every time you've got a day off when no one's watching, you need to do something hard when no one's watching.
Did he say that to Sheensy or the boys?
He said it to the whole room.
Yeah.
And then on the Thursday when we come back, write on the wall what you did. So whether it was a 2K swim or you've got to do something when no one's watching and do it.
Yeah. And
he said, we will make the top 4. And he steamed out of the room. And he's one of those guys I always associate with. He embraces the big moment. Brett Hodgson. Mate, Brett Hodgson was the worst trainer in all time. But come game day, Parramatta versus the Newcastle Knights, they were getting pumped. Under siege, Hodjo comes out, has a blinder, scores 2 tries. They don't quite get there. But this is a bloke who's not the fastest bloke in the world, not the fittest bloke in the world. What he did in that 2005 grand final, kicked every goal. It's who's someone who's not a superstar?
Connor Watson.
Connor
Watson's going to do it.
I hope he does.
He's going to rub your nose into the dirt.
I hope he does. I hope he does. No, I've never wanted to be more wrong about something.
When you're getting into that level, and we've seen some players can't handle, but they for whatever reason they can handle the NRL.
Yep.
They can brain the NRL, but when you put on that big stage, and when you think about it, it's just another game of footy.
Yep.
That's what these players think. It's just another game of footy.
Yep.
It's the people that it's the players that go, oh, geez, it's Origin. I'm down there in front of 90,000 and, you know, it's 1-0. I don't know if I can do that. I've known players who have pulled out of Origin the day before.
Yeah.
The day before they pulled out because it got to their head.
So the mind, like when you go to this high level, Olympics, State of Origin, whatever it may be, the mind is so conquering, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Like it is so many, and going for job interviews, so many people are nodding now. They beat themselves not because they're not the preferred candidate or the prime candidate.
It's the overthinking.
It's the overthinking.
It's the sitting back going, but if you just have a crack, get in there and have a swing.
Greg Bird, Paul Gallen, rat's ass, they just get in there.
Have a swing.
No thoughts. Who else comes to mind? Ruben Cotter, Brian.
Yeah, I tell you who was, and this might sound a bit, Matt Singh.
Matt Singh. Oh, Matt Grouse.
Just never worried about anything like that.
What a player. He's one of the most underrated players in the game.
Yeah. I mean, all these players are very good.
Brandy was the Michael. Brandy.
Tonight, it's going to be 17 Blues. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my plums.
Just on your plums, which you're holding I'm thinking
Luai.
Yeah, Luai. Yes.
You know, he sort of got people ostracised last year when he did that post.
Yep.
He hasn't won us back yet. He hasn't.
My only concern is...
Don't concern yourself with anything but a Blues victory, please.
My only concern, Brian, is that the Australian selectors are human, right? And they're older humans than the players at the moment, and they don't like that sort of stuff that Luai did, right? So if he's to win, he probably needs to win in a landslide.
Yep.
They love Cotter. They love the redemption story of Angus Crichton.
Well, probably the biggest one I can think of was Olsen Filipina. Remember how he would just step up into those...
Yes.
He was playing reserve grade at Norths.
Yeah.
And then, as we always used to say, God rest his soul, when he put that jumper on, he turned into a different beast.
Correct.
There are some players that and that's what Gus always says. He says there's certain things about an Origin player that a lot of people don't see.
Yep. And I reckon in your workplace, a lot of people are cruising by, everyone are listening now, whether it's a tradie, whether it's corporate, whatever, but you don't truly find out until you're under the absolute Donald, do you?
Correct.
And then you go, okay. There was a person who I work with, actually, who I've known for a long time that they're a superstar. Never got paid credit internally. And then shit hit the fan, and then now got elevated to she's an absolute gun.
Right.
So you need that. You need the pressure to find out who...
Well, Lockie was the king. A lot of Queenslanders.
Yeah.
Freddie.
Mate, Val's got it.
Valdust.
Valdust has got it.
Well, I hope he doesn't get it tonight.
Latrell's got it too, to be fair.
Yeah, Latrell's got more tonight.
Latrell's got it. Dylan Edwards has clearly got it. Most of them have. What are your favourite memories, Brian, from that game too?
Joey's in 2005. So remember how he did his knee and broke his jaw.
Yep.
But in that time off, he went over to America. Remember
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, he went over to America and did his all. Oh no, was it America or was it the Institute of Sport? Whatever it was. I know he went somewhere and he got off the piss for 8 weeks.
It was either USA or the ACT, one of the two.
One of the two. I knew it was an acronym. Pretty sure it was the States.
Yeah, okay.
And he got off the piss. And he said he's never trained harder in his life. And I remember him doing an interview, and they said, "Were you nervous?" He goes, "I wasn't nervous at all because, one, I'd been off the drink, and two, I trained as hard as I could."
He was so prepared.
So he came out. Remember how we all went? Baz went down. I don't think Gowie was injured. So it was an SOS to Joey, and he came out and had the game of his life.
Well, Gowie's another one of those ones. He loves the big stage, doesn't he?
That was my. And then we won. That was the last series we won. Because we went 03, 04, 05. Did we?
So this is the only thing that concerns me, Brian. I know you don't want me to have any concerns.
I don't want you to have any concerns.
But Reece Walsh, sans thoughts. Do you agree with that?
100%.
Couldn't give a rat's.
No.
He does not give a rat's.
But is that because it's...
Daly Cherry Evans won at Clive Churchill. Almost won. He won a premiership in his first year as a halfback. He's a superstar.
He's gone around.
Billy's a superstar. Hunt and Grant. That petrifies me.
No.
Lindsay Collins.
Yeah,
Cotter.
but for Daly, it's gone the other way. He's sort of now rat's ass towards the back end of his career.
Yeah.
Where Reece Walsh is at the start of his career.
I know, that's the danger.
No danger here.
Here, no danger.
Yeah, but look at Mitchy
Rob,
Moses.
is there any danger here?
Mitchy Moses. We got some. Payne Haas is going to have the game of his life. He needs to. He's been under the pump.
Yep.
In his personal life.
Yep.
He's going to get out there and he's going to have. You know what? What's he paying?
I backed him last game. I just can't. I reckon I might have been a game too early. I could easily see Payne Haas getting man of the match. I could easily see it. But I was so hard on him last time.
Do I press the button? Do I do it? Yeah. I've gone Jerome Luai, but what are you really gambling with?
Yep.
Kids' school fees. See you later, kids' school fees. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
It's Christmas presents. I'm going for Payne Haas.
Can I sell you something?
Putting some money on Payne Haas. How much is he going to...
Can I sell you something?
Sell it.
Because our listening audience, we're blue collar, largely blue collar, right? We're there for the grafter, for the worker, for the one who wants to do the unheralded types of things.
Sure, you've got me running through brick walls. I'm ready to go.
Okay, righto.
Give me the Gus.
Okay.
By the end of the show, you need to write out
Here we go.
a Gus Origin monologue.
So what I've done on the feed, and you can copy my bet, and hopefully our bet, Brian, by the time you jump on.
Gavin?
I have one of my feed bets. Check it out on Sportsbet. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. I've gone, which I love, it's about $7. Any of the starting props to get man of the match. Lindsay Collins, Ruben Cotter, Payne Haas, and you've got Jake the captain.
Okay. Fitzy,
So
Payne Haas
what are
is
your
not...
thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I'm going, but I'm all in Payne Haas. Fitzy, Payne Haas is a flop at Origin. He's not a flop at Origin.
But he's never conquered the heights, has he?
He's going
and that Fitzy, that's a fair point. That's what I say.
That's a bit harsh.
And we've got
He's
some
not a
breaking
flop.
news, which we'll get to. But that's why I say, how can you justify paying and offering Stefano Utukamanu $4 million over 5 years as a front rower? We're talking about Payne Haas, who's one of, they say, the best ever front rower I've ever seen. He's never got man of the match in Origin. Never got man of the match at Origin. So why are the West Tigers? Maybe they're not anymore. Maybe they're not. We'll get to that news very, very
Hang on,
shortly.
sorry.
As
Joey
well.
went to Queensland. Yes, he went to the Institute of Sport at Queensland. Thank you very much.
Gotcha. That's the place to go, isn't it, when you're trying to beat Queensland?
Thank you
Go
very
to
much,
Queensland.
Mitchie. But he came out. His knee was good.
Yep.
And he just went. He had some help, though. He had Bedsy.
Give us your top five.
Bedsy was the Michael.
Give us your top five. And I didn't play with the illustrious crew you did. Jimmy Dimmick could be almost my number one, who won a Clive Churchill, no surprise, who, when you're in the sheds and you looked around for Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, and you saw that person and you knew they just looked like
Fred.
They've got it covered.
Freddie.
Fred, Joseph,
Lockie.
and
Gordon. When you sit with
when
Gordon,
they're in your shed, you just knew you
when
were
you
safe.
sit with Gordon and he didn't say much, but you saw his tongue come out.
Yeah.
He gets his tongue come out like that.
Does he?
And when I used to play against him,
You'd see the
you'd
tongue.
see the tongue, and I'd be on the left side of the ruck, and I'd say, "See you, mate." I'd go the other side of the ruck. Gordon fills you with confidence.
Did you play with Jimmy Dimmick?
No.
He had that man a bit. Like,
Yeah.
He just had that.
He's-
Oh, mate.
Played against him.
Who else? Give me one more. Give me one more.
Who made me feel comfortable.
Who you just like? They look so cocksure, as they'd say the term.
You know what? Noddy.
Naughty.
As a back rower,
Yep.
when I played rep sides with Noddy, it was a dream in the sense that he would give you 2 plays ahead.
Really?
He'd go like this. So on the third play, there's one. Third play, I'm going to get outside Webke. I'm going to drag him along. I'm just going to drop you under. You just hold your line. So it was quite easy to follow those rules, where Joey, you wouldn't know what Joe's going to do. So he'd
Yeah.
go right foot, left foot, and if you're not there, he'd give it to you.
Naughty, another Clive Churchill medalist.
There you go.
He's calling tonight too. Blues Radio. We've got 3 calls. You got the neutral with Jimmy. You got I think Drury's got the Queensland call. It's all there for you. Thanks to SEN. Noddy's going to join us.
Oh, hang on. Feud.
What do you got?
Because I said, Fitzy, you're a Payne Haas isn't a flop, and then Ben came out. Fitzy's a flop at texting into the show. Boom. You hear that, Fitz? He's still doing the chem dry? Oh no, what does he do now?
I don't know. No, he's with
Cranes or
my man
something?
Bucket. No, Johnny Salmon
What are
with
you
the
doing?
buckets, with the bucket attachments.
Has Salmon got the small mort?
No, he's got the big bank account. Salmon. No, that's the other Salmon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Dale. That's Dale from
Dale
Miami.
Salmon. So
No,
I get-
Johnny Salmon's going well there.
Johnny Salmon,
and
he's got a bucket.
he's got the big balance too.
He's got a bucket down the front of his duds.
I think so. It's a run home with Joel and Fletch.